You feel the need for me to repeat any of the admonitions about how to make the deposition go more smoothly today?
No.
Yesterday, I asked you to confirm that you have identified so far in this deposition all entities from whom you received compensation for services during the period of time that was encompassed by the 2007 contracts with CCPOA and CCPOA PAC. Do you recall that testimony?
Yes.
Since that time, have you remembered receiving any compensation from any other party that was not identified yesterday?
Not to my recollection, no.
Okay. So you believe you've given us a full and complete list of all the entities, whether they're PACs or unions or otherwise, which provided you with compensation for services rendered from the inception of the 2007 contracts through December of 2009?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recognize the name California Law and Order Independent Expenditure Committee?
Yes.
And what is that?
It's an independent expenditure committee that was formed last year.
Who are the entities that comprise or contribute to that entity?
The Police Protective League of Los Angeles and the Deputy Sheriffs of Los Angeles.
Have you performed services on behalf of that entity?
Yes.
When did you first begin to perform those services?
At the end of last year.
Before or after the termination of your contract with CCPOA?
At about the same time.
Isn't it true that on December 2nd, 2009, or before, you received $15,000 for services rendered on behalf of that organization?
Correct.
And is December 12th, 2009 before or after your contract terminated?
Yes, it is.
It is before.
Yes.
All right. So you would have to add to the list of entities from whom you received compensation during the term of your CCPOA contract, California Law and Order Independent Expenditure Committee. Isn't that true?
Correct.
Is there a reason that you didn't identify that entity yesterday?
Yes.
And what's that reason?
It's my mistake.
Prior to undertaking services for compensation on behalf of California Law and Order Independent Expenditure Committee, did you obtain express written consent from the president of CCPOA?
No.
Did you request consent from the president of CCPOA in order to strike that? Did you obtain, strike that, did you request consent of the president of CCPOA in order to undertake those services on behalf of California Law and Order Independent Expenditure Committee?
No.
We talked some yesterday about amounts of money that were received from third parties during the term of your 2007 contracts with CCPOA and CCPOA PAC. And I requested that you identify those amounts. Does it remain your position today that you declined to disclose those amounts?
Yes.
Did you, at my request, bring with you today the written contracts, redacted or otherwise, that you have with third parties for whom you perform services?
Jack, I'm still in the process of acquiring the documents. Hopefully I'll have them to you by Monday.
Okay.
Same for the video.
Okay. At this point, I'm going to state for the record that irrespective of whether we otherwise complete the deposition today, We believe that the deposition will need to be reconvened at a time mutually convenient for all parties in order to receive those documents and other documents that we believe should have been and have not been provided pursuant to our request for production of documents. Mr. Novey, is it the case that during the term of the 2007 contracts with CCPOA and CCPOA PAC that you received as much or more money from consulting services for other labor unions and PACs as you did from CCPOA?
I really don't know.
So as you sit here today, you believe it's entirely possible that you did in fact receive more money from the consulting services that you performed for other organizations than you received from CCPOA. Is that true?
I don't know. It's true. I don't really know. I don't pay attention to those things, Jack.
I take it wouldn't surprise you if the numbers disclosed that you received as much or more money from your other clients as you did from CCPOA during the period of time that you were under contract with CCPOA from 2007 through the end of 2009?
Yes.
It would surprise you?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Would not surprise
No.
you? At any point in time, did you attempt to advise Mike Jimenez that you were receiving compensation from other clients during the term of your contract in amounts anywhere near the nature of what you were receiving?
No.
Did you advise Mike Jimenez at any time during the 2007 contract term that you were receiving compensation from any third party?
No.
Do you have any reason to believe that the following figures are not correct? Well, retract that question. Did you receive approximately $63,000 from the CSLEA governing fund in 2007 and 2008?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and check my records.
Does that strike you as being in the ballpark of what you believe you received?
Yes.
Did you receive the sum of strike that, did you receive a sum in excess of $192,000 from the CSLEA IEC in 2008 and 2009, terminating on December 21st of 2009?
I would have to check that one, Jack. I can't remember.
Okay. Does that sound like it's in the ballpark to you?
I really don't know.
Okay. Do you have any reason to doubt that that figure would be accurate?
Well, I would like to check it. I really don't know.
Fair enough. Did you receive from CSLEA directly during the 2007 contract term with CCPOA an amount of approximately $213,000? Strike that. Would you agree that during the term of your contract with CCPOA, you received from the various CSLEA entities an amount in excess of $255,000?
I would actually have to check the figures.
Does that sound like it's in the ballpark to you?
Sure.
During the term of the CCPOA contracts, did you receive amounts well in excess of $200,000 from LAPPL PAC?
Yes.
I believe you told us earlier in the deposition that the services you were performing on behalf of LAPPL PAC were approximately 10 hours per month. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the same was the case for CSLEA for the $255,000 plus that you received during the time frame of the CCPOA contract. You were working approximately 10 hours a month for CSLEA. Is that accurate?
Yes.
With respect to AOCDS, did you receive an approximate amount of $80,000 during the term of the 2007 CCPOA contract?
I don't remember the exact figures.
Does that number sound like it's in the ballpark to you?
I'm trying to remember, Jack. It was a split contract. I was doing trust work as well. That's what I'm trying to... I think 40,000 sounds about right.
So in addition to the services that you've described that you were performing on behalf of AOCDS, you were performing trust services?
Yeah, I was paid out of their trust for the issue of the pensions.
Okay. You weren't,
Yeah.
you weren't performing legal work in terms of reviewing someone's trust or otherwise providing professional advice on the trust itself. You were providing political action and legislative services on behalf of AOCDS?
Yes.
Okay. If AOCDS reported to the state that you had, that they had paid you in excess of $78,000 during the time frame of the CCPOA contract, would that sound to you to be like an accurate figure?
Yes.
The Indian tribes that you talked about and the Coalition to Protect California Budget and Economy, you told us that you performed approximately 20 hours total. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah. Yes.
And for those 20 hours, did you receive an amount in excess of $52,000 during the term of the contract with CCPOA?
Yes.
And on those amounts alone, not including what you received from Eli Lilly or otherwise, outside of what you were receiving from CCPOA, and not including what you were getting from the appeals board, just the labor unions alone, you received approximately $600,000 during the term of the CCPOA contract. Does that sound like a reasonable estimate to you?
Yes.
Do you acknowledge that you had a duty of loyalty to CCPOA and the CCPOA PAC during the term of your contracts with them?
I still believe so today.
Do you believe that your duty of loyalty included a duty to advise CCPOA pursuant to the contract that you were receiving the kind of money that you were receiving from other labor unions? Strike the question. Did you consider that the duty of loyalty might require you